So let's look at cover one. And really what we're saying here is we have man-to-man everywhere with one player deep, right? So in this case, one safety is going to go back deeper than he would be in cover three zone because he's got to cover the whole field, right? 53 and a thirds, across the field. So he's going to be deeper. It makes sense he's going to be deeper. And then in all likelihood, we have like this stacked relationship for a Sam Dog. And now we're man to man across the board here. All right. That's cover one. Now, a variation of cover one would be cover one robber, and all that is that other safety is going to rob some part of the field or take someone else away. He could bracket Y or bracket H or look for a crosser or just read the quarterback's eyes. This can be very difficult to play against because you can't account for where this guy's going. You might recognize cover one, but all of a sudden this safety ends up in a place you didn't expect him, and it can be very difficult to make decisions when you don't know where that guy is going or where he's supposed to be. So last but not least, let's take a look here at two-man under, and we're going to get those two deep safeties just like we do in cover two zone, but now we've got man-to-man across the board here. This is typically more of a nickel, a 5 DB, or a dime defense, third and long kind of situation sort of thing. But, again, anytime we're playing against man to man, some of the best routes against man are the routes that cross, right? Posts are good, and corners and digs and drags. Those kind of routes are great little stick routes where they go out. Really nice routes against man-to-man coverage. Slants, for the record, are good against everything if you run them right. And I love curls against zone and man as well because you get this guy going in man and then come out of it. A lot of success with that. All right, so we've talked about conventional coverage here. 2, 3, 4, and 6 right here. And then man to man, 0, 1, 1 robber, and 2 man. We're going to get into some split field configuration here. It's different nomenclature to start. Okay, so we're gonna do that and talk about the differences in what you might see, how it might look, and what the coverages are because they are different. Split field coverage is entirely different concept than regular conventional coverage, where everyone's playing one idea, right? We're playing cover two, everyone's playing cover two. We're playing zero, everyone's playing zero. Split field coverage, it's different. And I'm going to draw us up in a 4-2-5 look here. 4-2-5, you might guess that's 4 down guys, 2 linebackers, and 5 defensive backs. Split field coverage is a nickel defense, all right? It is nickel. That means 5 DBs are in the game, okay? So we'll just go with an even front here. Both guards are covered. And in this case, our Sam is the nickel guy. So I've got nickel Sam, Mike, and Will. And then I've got a corner, free safety, rover safety, and a corner, right? So when we shift this and we look at split field coverage, we're actually splitting the field into a read side and an away side, okay? The read side, as you might guess, is the strong passing side. This is why we have 3 players over here, right? Free safety, nickel, Sam, and corner. On the weak passing side, we only have a rover safety in a corner. Now, the other thing about this split field coverage is that there's like 3 different things happening at the same time. There's a read side, there's an away side, and then there's a box side. Okay, so all of these 3 pieces interact with one another, but they could be doing different things. We could have strong passing to the right. Maybe this is a weak run, and over here is the weak passing side. So they're all doing different things or could be doing different things. Let me show you how this might work. All right, so we'll get our cornerback up here. First off, to the read side, okay, to the read side here, just so you can see this. We're going to count players, okay? So this is number 1, this is number 2, and this is number 3. So the first thing we're going to look at in a 2-by-2 formation is quarters coverage. Now it's not cover 4 quarters, okay? It's not cover 4 quarters, and it may look like that initially, right? It may look like that, but if you know you're playing a split field coverage team, the quarters it really stands for something else. It means that the free safety and the nickel Sam have a 2 read on number 2, right? So if number 2 goes out, nickel Sam matches him. Okay. When that happens, the free safety sees that. He then looks to help on number 1. Okay. So that's the first part of it. If number 2 goes vertical, okay, he goes vertical, then the free safety matches him. So he's going to take a man-to-man, but he's going to cap this. He's going to stay deep. He's going to pedal. He's going to stay on top. And that's the thing with matching coverage is he's going to match a man-to-man, but he is going to be deep and he's going to stay on top. He's not going to let this guy beat him deep, okay? So that's another critical element to this matching principle. Once that happens, Nickel Sam is then free to help out and look for someone else to match coming out of the backfield, right? Or he may have some other thing that he's looking for that that team wants him to look for, right? Once 2 goes vertical, he's looking for the next thing to show up to cover. Okay, that is quarters coverage. Now, part of quarters coverage is a man-to-man principle out here called MOD, man out and deep. So this corner is playing man-to-man on Z on everything except a shallow cross. He is not going to follow this guy across the field, right? He is not going to follow him across the field like that on a shallow cross. If Z takes off across the field, he's going to start screaming crosser, 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 and someone's going to be looking to pick him up and blast him, okay? So, but everything else, he's got him. So if he goes deep here, he out, curl, dig, post, I mean, he's got him except for that shallow cross. All right, that's MOD, man out and deep. All right. Okay, so that's just the read side. I mean, we're only talking about read side, and the thing to really think about here is who's in combination. In quarters coverage, these 2 guys are in combination on Y. That's what you need to know. Okay. Now, when this changes, all right, when this changes, the guys change, right? So now I'm going to move the free safety in the corner here, and we're going to have the corner just slightly outside. We have the free safety a little bit wider, okay? So now the 2 people that are working together in a 2 read on number 2 are the corner and the free safety. So if number 2 goes out, you guessed it, corner's going to match, and now the free safety is going to take number 1, going to take the Z and match him, okay? That's going to happen. If number 2 goes vertical, the free safety is going to match him and take him, and then the Z gets matched by the corner. All right, and that is palms coverage. That is palms coverage. That's what you need to know. Free safety in corner in palms, free safety in nickel Sam in quarters. Okay. All right, so that is read side stuff. Now, on the away side, on the weak side, they can do a couple different things. They could zone this up, right, where we're going to just cloud, where this guy is going to play low, the corner is going to play low, the safety is going to play a little bit deeper in his zone principle, and that is cloud, all right? That is cloud coverage, okay? We talked about, they could run palms, right? And palms, as we just discussed, is the same thing. It's a 2 read here between the corner and the rover safety. If the H goes out, corner takes him, and now the rover safety takes X. Okay, that's palms principle on the back side, on the away side. If H goes vertical, rover safety matches him, and now this corner has to match X. So they're just watching this guy, and if he goes out or he goes that way, it tells them who they're going to take. Okay, real simple. The other way that they could run zone here is with sky. And sky just means the safety down and the cornerback, and it's zone, right? It's just like cloud. They're zoning that up in the back, and they can also just play lock, just man-to-man, okay? So all that stuff happening on the weak side, all possible, right? So let's take this a step further, and let's get over here to trips, all right? So I'm going to do some erasing here, and we're going to talk about how this could look in a trips kind of configuration here. Let's get we're still going to stay in a 4-2-5. Let's get our Y out here. We'll bump H over, and I mean, it doesn't really matter. We'll put F just right behind here. Let's go right behind here. All right, and now we still have a read side, right? So I'm going to go free safety, nickel Sam, and my rover safety. So the first thing I want to look at is what happens to the quarters principle when we get a 3-by-1 here. All right, and we're going to call that mix. So the quarters principle, meaning the free safety and the nickel Sam that are working in a 2 read are still working together in a 3-by-1. How does this work? Okay, so here's what happens. The word mix, okay, has a nice big X on it. And I want you thinking about that. Like, what does the X mean? Here's what the X means. This cornerback is going to be locked up on number 1. So much so, he's man everywhere he goes. Man everywhere he goes. So we're going to cross him right off the board. He doesn't even count. Okay? Now I have a new number 1 and a new number 2. Here's my 2 read between nickel Sam and free safety. If number 2 goes out, nickel Sam takes him. If number 2 goes vertical, free safety takes him and matches. And then this guy matches Y. Okay, so that's how we get it. Quarters, all right, quarters in 2-by-2 converts to something called mix in 3-by-1, but it's exactly the same thing. The only difference is we get meg out here, which crosses this guy off. So we don't have to worry about him, right? He's matching number 1. He's got number 1 all the way through. Okay. All right. So let's back this off and let's make some adjustments here to talk about palms. Okay. So when we're talking about palms coverage, it is still corner and free safety, as we said earlier, right? So my free safety here, my nickel Sam maybe is a little bit more inside. So this is still number 2 in palms, right? And we're talking about the free safety in the corner. So again, in this 2 read configuration, if Y goes out, you guessed it, corner is going to match, and then the free safety matches Z, just like we just talked about in a 2-by-2 situation. Okay. Now, if number 2 goes vertical, free safety matches them, and this corner has to match the Z. So again, the 2 read just comes off of free safety and corner, and they match accordingly off of his release. Okay. Now, here's the tricky part. All right. Here's the tricky part. When they're running palms, okay, we're running palms in 2-by-2. When we get to 3-by-1 and they try to do that, there's a problem with this guy, right? There's a problem with him because nickel Sam, can't just carry that guy down the middle of the field and expect to win and cover him. So what happens is this rover safety has number 3 vertical. Okay, so that rover safety is going to work over here, and if we get 3 vertical, he is going to match him. All right, so you get nickel Sam helping on 3, you get rover safety here on 3, and so essentially what we're saying is we get solo here, right? And that's what palms turns into. We still get the 2 read here, right? And we get this 3 vertical with nickel Sam and a rover. Okay, so that's the big difference in a 3-by-1. So palms converts to solo, quarters converts to mix, and that's really it. I mean, there isn't more to know. Now, certainly we want to get into how to beat this, right? What to look for, how to beat it. And those are the things we'll get into next. But in terms of just general information, now you know.